What game do you know that I'm playing that I do not know yet? Trolley Problem Incorporated! I took a college class on something like that. Consider it done. Red Graves? I'm sure I can come up with some sort of comment about Ukraine. But I'd rather avoid controversial opinions. With that in mind, I did contribute some to helping out Ukraine some time ago. Honestly, that's all I really want to say on that matter. Anyway.
6, 7, 8. 7.
Right, this is comfortable for me, so let's get into it. Oh, okay. Do I think I'm mature enough to tackle these problems alone? No. But I'm going at it anyways.
The following game contains adult themes. It does not contain explicit language, sexual content, horror, or show violence. Choices matter, so please take your time. Player discretion is still advised. Please sign your name below, showing you understand and agree to endorse every decision you make.
Well, it's good to know that there's none of this. But, yeah, with the whole adult themes things otherwise, I'd expect some, dark scenarios. That's as close to a signature as Bargain 6 as I'm ever going to be able to do on a mouse. Maybe if I actually hand jam it, it'd look good, but not here.
Actions speak louder than words.
That's what they say.
Welcome to Trolley Problem Inc., founded to help people travel safely across the nation. All our employees must show 3 core values: responsibility, integrity, and respect. With that in mind, let's start your training. There's a runaway trolley barreling down the railway tracks.
And
On
there's
the
a time
tracks
limit.
are 5 people unable to move. You're next to a lever. If you pull this lever, the trolley will switch to a different set of tracks. However, you notice there is a person on the other track. What do you do?
We've all seen some variants of this traditional trolley problem.
So you're just going to do nothing?
What? No! I'm trying to explain shit!
I hope that person's family and friends will forgive you.
They won't, knowing me. Better to let one person die in this situation than 5. That's just my thinking. And I've seen in my ethics class many variations of this problem. Some of which you'll probably
Usually
see
we
here.
don't expect candidates to kill someone on their first day, but we'll give you the benefit of the doubt on this one. Just think a little more before acting next time.
Okay, you accuse me of sitting there and doing nothing when I was trying to explain things. Well, let's keep going.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This test will focus on the first principle, responsibility. Here's Polly. She's 5 years old. While she loves to play in the sand with her dolls, she dreams of looking after the world. Polly's destiny is to grow up to be a great doctor. More of us should take a leaf out of her book.
Yep.
A trolley is heading towards another 5 people. You're next to a lever. If you pull this lever, the trolley will derail and descend down a hill heading for the park's sandpit. You notice that Polly is in the sandpit, sculpting her dream hospital. What do you do?
This is just the same as the previous problem. but
Do
with a
you
little bit
hate
of
all
extra.
kids this much?
No, I like kids. That's a different thing entirely.
Bye-bye, Polly.
You will be missed. But yeah, multiple variations of the previous problem, this being one of them. Joke's on you, game. I'm not a parent.
That is an odd take on being responsible. The dictionary definition: to be the primary cause of something and so able to be blamed or credited for it. Are you to blame for the death of a young girl?
Well, probably.
The end justifies the means. The key to this test is integrity. This is Tyrone. He is a 30-year-old secretary at a law firm who enjoys binge-watching crime shows. Tyrone is a very large man. You don't really know anything else about him apart from the fact that he has a severe phobia of trains.
So, how is he going to be involved in this exactly?
Now we are upping the ante. You are on a bridge with Tyrone, watching a trolley speeding towards 5 people again. You can only stop it by deliberately pushing Tyrone off the bridge, blocking its path. Do you push Tyrone off the bridge, or let the train hit 5 people?
Something like this was in my ethics class as well.
821 million people are starving in the world.
And this was effectively my answer.
Causing a man's death is different to allowing someone to die as collateral damage.
If Tyrone has a severe phobia of trains, why is he here? Is he paid to be?
The cleaning company with the best reviews are Happy Cleaning Limited. Who knew one body could make so much mess? You're going to have to tip them well.
Yeah, that's a weird variation of the first one as well.
A cat has 9 lives.
Or do they?
Now for the final core value, respect. It seems we've run out of resources to continue your testing. I'm going to need you to go and grab some mannequins. You will need to take the next trolley, so don't get distracted by that dog. The trolley leaves in 1 minute.
That's easy for me to do. I have a moderate to severe allergy to dogs. I wish I were lying about that.
There is a dying dog down on the tracks. No trolleys will use that line today, so the dog will not be hit. You're in a rush. Do you kill the dog, putting it out of its misery, or leave it to die, cold and alone?
How exactly would I go about, doing this?
Let nature take its course. Don't listen to the yelps.
How do I know that the dog is actually dying?
I couldn't leave it there, to die alone.
But seriously, how would I be able to tell? And there's always the off chance that the poor thing actually
When you
recovers.
respect something, you're meant to care about its feelings and wishes. Instead, you just left it there to die.
I repeat, there's always the off chance that the dog recovers. Ending the dog then and there eliminates that possibility. However slim it is.
If you play with fire, you'll get burned.
Unless you're trained.
Oh, great. I've just heard those kids are back. They keep sneaking down onto the tracks. With all the training from this week, you should be able to decide a straightforward outcome for these reprobates. Just remember, respect, responsibility, and integrity.
Okay.
5 trespassers have snuck down onto the trolley line even though signs warn them of the dangers. The trolley is currently heading for a co-worker. Do you let your co-worker die or sacrifice the delinquents?
Honestly, I think I answered this one in some variation of this in my class.
If the trespassers weren't there, you would change the path, right?
Yeah. But
Guess you value criminals over co-workers then. Noted.
you can have a very, very, very certain asterisk with these 5 individuals, showing that I had to let my coworker die because these 5 were being idiots. Game? Game?
You
There we go.
killed a co-worker. All right then, I guess your results for the first week are in. I'll run these up the flagpole and see what the suits upstairs think.
As Spock once said, the lives of many outweigh the life of one.
Dear Sir or Madam, we have been following your exemplar practice this week at Trolley Problem Inc. and would like to thank you for your hard work, especially when some challenging decisions had to be made. We would like to invite you to take employment at the Trolley Health Corporation, THC. This is a prestigious position and was created to help keep the public safe through all walks of life.
Was that intentional? I can't help but feel that it was.
The best laid plans go astray.
Yeah, they typically
It looks
do.
like you've impressed someone upstairs with last week's answers. You've been transferred to the Trolley Health Corporation, THC. THC is stoic, focusing more on justice, temperance, courage and wisdom. We'll start with justice.
Okay.
Today, you'll be in A&E. A young male has come in from a car accident and urgently needs a heart transplant. There's only one in the hospital, and this heart is scheduled to be given to an elderly man waiting upstairs. He will surely die without it. Who should get the heart?
I've seen something like this as well in
Sounds
that
like
ethics
his
class.
car may have caused the accident.
And do you know that how exactly?
News just in, the young male has alcohol in his blood. Was he driving?
I don't know. I don't know all the details of the accident. And frankly, I don't think you do either.
You made an excellent choice. Well done. The elderly man deserved that heart much more... Oh. Oh, wait. Did you save the young guy? Oh.
Now, one, I don't know if that young man was driving, unless the details specifically said so. And even if he did have alcohol in his system, if we don't know whether or not he was driving, so what? If you're gonna make judgments based on those details alone, well, that's on you. But I stand by with my choice.
You can't win them all.
Nope.
You're late. The hospital is rammed. Every staff member has their hands full, so you're going to have to go out on the ward and help the sick, gross, decaying people. Remember, temperance. Restrain yourself and think it through.
Oh, lovely. The euthanasia problem. Well,
A patient has begged to be euthanized. Euthanasia is currently illegal. You will have to be the one who gives the lethal dose. You will need to look into their eyes and end their life. What do you do?
yeah. Depending on the situation, my hands are probably tied.
The family will be thankful. They can still feel good about sending flowers. The patient's going to be in a lot of pain, just so you can feel in control.
There's been situations like this out, at least here in the U.S., that we had to learn about in that ethics class. This was not a very cheerful week.
Keeping them alive and in pain is what the majority of gods would have wanted. Playing the long game, I see you.
Or do you? Do you really? Plus, we don't know the full condition of that young man just by that first sentence. Who knows what's going on in their life? Honestly, hopefully it's the type that can be throttled back with some therapy.
Be slow in choosing, but slower in changing.
You won't let me be slow!
The last few days have been tough. It was only a week ago you were on the trolleys. Today should be easier. You have a choice to make which some people would see as a good problem to have. It's just going to take courage.
Well, let's see.
You have 5 patients. Each needs a different organ, but no organs are available. A healthy young traveller comes in for a routine checkup. Their organs are compatible with all 5 dying patients. Do you kill the tourist and use their organs to save the 5 in desperate need? That's 1 life for 5. Crikey! We're getting dark now.
No crap! I don't remember what I said in my ethics class.
You don't have to kill the innocent traveller.
I'm gonna be evil on this one and harvest the organs. I don't remember what I said in that ethics class, but I've seen this exact problem there.
Another day, another death on your hands. You probably should have looked into his background. Looks like he was researching into improving vaccines. Hopefully that won't be an issue down the road.
And if you gave me that bit of information earlier, well, I might have made a different choice then, wouldn't I? I'll have to see what my choice in my ethics class was for that scenario. If I can find it. Hopefully my future self can remember to find it and put it on screen. Hint, hint, future Vargan6. Organs! Yay! What does that
You can't
mean?
make an omelette without breaking eggs.
Well, I'm trying to go for a
You
vegan
have been
diet,
promoted
so...
yet again. You now run the hospital. You've been asked to roll out a new vaccine in Central City. This vaccine will stop a large number of children from becoming severely ill, but you'll need to deal with their parents. We need your words of wisdom.
I'm going to say right now, if their parents are anti-vaxxers, personally, I am a huge fan of ignoring the parents.
Do you start a mandatory vaccination program among children to stop this endemic? Slight problem. Clinical trial data suggest the vaccine will make 1 in 5 children severely ill, much worse than the virus itself.
In that case, yeah.
Each week, you will cause 1,000 children to be severely ill.
Severely ill does not mean guaranteed death.
How did you answer the trolley one again?
I opted for the 1 person to be the unfortunate person instead of 5. Why do you ask?
Oh boy, you have angered those parents. A lot of messages coming in from a woman called Karen. Not sure if it's all the same person.
Once again, severely ill does not translate to guaranteed death. Ah, jeez. Okay, but the Karen is funny. In case I have to point that out. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of vaccinations, assuming that people can be vaccinated. I know that there are some folks who have severe reactions to vaccines. Admittedly, the worst I've gotten was my first dose of the COVID, rendering me out of commission for a day. But that's just me. Your mileage might have greatly varied.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Not usually.
Your hospital is getting noticed. You're now going to have to make some big decisions. They will affect a lot of people. While choosing, always keep in mind justice, temperance, courage, and wisdom. The people need you to be stoic.
And stoic is most certainly a word that I have recently looked up.
Will you try to develop breakthrough medicines for the endemic? While testing, placebos will be given to thousands of ill patients. Without proper treatment, some will die today in the hope you could make a breakthrough tomorrow. Do you start the research or continue treating patients as usual?
Was that necessary,
At least some
game?
get to eat sweets before, you know.
There better not be a
How
freaking
much do
jump
these
scare.
candies and eggheads even cost?
I don't know, you tell me. I had nothing there.
Developing new medicines is a smart move. Let's just let others treat the patients. Hopefully they will.
I'm sure they will. I think that's somewhat. Well, actually, not quite, but that actually does remind me of how the how I think the gold standard of medicine came to be. Some on lines of a double-blind study of giving some patients a polio vaccine and others a placebo. And I say double-blind because not only did the patients not know whether or not they were getting the actual vaccine, neither did the doctors. And the results were favorable, if I recall correctly.
Dear insert_name,
Vargan
congratulations. This letter is to certify that I have examined your work and believe you to be a perfect fit to fill the open position here in our Artificial Intelligence Division. In this role, you will help to develop the next generation of driverless cars. The future is upon us.
Oh, I am probably the worst person for artificial intelligence development.
Familiarity breeds contempt.
I don't use common sense usually on my
Well,
channels.
la-di-da, another promotion. You're now in charge of a private self-driving automotive division, SAD. First things first, your artificial intelligence needs some direction.
Okay.
A self-driving car is travelling along a single-lane mountain road and is fast approaching a narrow tunnel. The car has 2 passengers. A child runs across the road but trips, blocking the tunnel entrance. Should the AI car hit and kill the child, or swerve off the cliff, killing both passengers?
What, slamming on the brakes isn't an option?
That child has as much right to live as anyone else.
Yeah, we don't know anything about the 2 passengers either.
You put this car on the road, do you not feel responsible for their death?
Bullshit! I didn't put anything on the road. Not directly, or indirectly, or indirectly, or indirectly.
There is a bigger issue here. How does the computer know that something in the road is human? Do we have good enough data sets? Currently, a lot of AI only recognizes white men.
Well, that's an issue, all right. A huge issue.
Necessity is the mother of invention.
Or at least a necessary
Ooh,
parent.
someone's in trouble. The investors didn't like your last answer. They're also pissed because you brought up the dataset thing. This AI stuff is hard. I'm rooting for you this time.
How the heck are the investors?
You need to choose how you want to carry on developing the car's AI. Do you want to focus on a model that would always save as many lives as possible in an accident, or a system that would save our passengers at any cost?
Save the most. I've already quoted Spock today, but it stands here as well.
Will people buy cars that will kill them?
Well, probably not, but probably as well.
Hopefully people don't mind dying for total strangers.
Time will tell on that one. But at the same time, I've seen how human nature works. So this is gonna go down. I'm calling it now.
I will say it again. Current data sets discriminate against minorities and women. How can it work this out if it doesn't deem black women to be people?
Yeah, a lot more work is needed. I'm serious on that one.
Honesty is the best policy.
Yep.
The technology these cars have in them is amazing. We know where everyone is at all times. Passengers just have to use an app to call them, and the closest one will be there in minutes. You can even make small talk with the AI while travelling. It's always listening.
Unfortunately, it's always listening.
A man is on trial. Police believe he committed murder. Allegedly, the AI's mic recorded a private conversation where the man confesses. Users don't know it's always recording. The defendant has denied access to their files. Do you bypass security and invade their privacy? You won't mind me accessing your personal files then?
Joke's on you. Everyone's always listening.
That's quite an internet history you have.
If you were actually looking into it, you'd be screaming in agony. Okay, not really. But yeah, it's always safe to assume that you're being listened in.
I have a feeling the investors upstairs will be happy with this. They can publicize how their cars are helping to defeat the terrorists.
Not what I was going for. But yeah, seriously, if you didn't really think this, always assume you're being listened in on. Like, if you don't have anything such as a basic VPN or anything, you can probably look up on how you're being listened into right now, honestly.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Unless you only have one basket.
So the company has moved into delivery services now. They move pretty quick round here. Sounds like they've got some pretty important cargo. Good luck with the new workload.
Neat.
One of your cars has no passengers,
Crap.
but is carrying an irreplaceable prototype with the potential to end global warming. Fast approaching a narrow tunnel, once again a child runs across the road but trips. Should your AI kill the child or swerve off the cliff, losing the prototype?
I hate to say it, but in terms of global
Polar
warming,
bears aren't that important to me either.
in terms of stopping global warming, I'm all for it, but
Is global warming even real?
yes it is. But A, we are past a few points of irreplaceable damage. And B, there's always going to be some sort of prototype for these sorts of things.
Global warming will lead to more than 250,000 deaths each year and force 100 million people from their homes. Do you know any therapists who specialize in survivor's guilt?
You're assuming that the child is going to know and understand the importance of said prototype. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. I don't.
What goes around comes around.
I'd like to think
Well,
that
this
too.
is embarrassing. We need some backup over at Trolley Problem, Inc. Tommy, Tyrone's rotund twin, is a very large villain. I think that dead dog may have belonged to him. Maybe that's why he's here? Why didn't you save the dog again?
If it's the supposedly dying dog on the side of the road that you told me not to be distracted by? I stand by the fact that he had a chance of recovery.
Oh no. Tommy has lured 5 people onto the track. They'll never be able to get out of the way in time. He is standing up on the bridge watching. If you push him in front of the trolley, it will stop. Or you can stay out of this and let the police handle it. Ideally, he needs medical help.
Again, that was not necessary.
You know, he isn't trying to kill you, even after the dog debacle.
Besides, this problem was one
I
of the...
hope history doesn't see you as the very large villain.
Nice catch. But I had this problem asked of me in my ethics class, and this is the answer I chose. I remember that much.
If only you'd saved that dog. Hopefully the media won't find out about this. People may blame you for his death.
Yeah, the media will find out about it anyways. Best I'd be able to do is go into hiding.